It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another Saturday and to another Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar here with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867, or if you're out here at Milberger's, come up to the patio. You have a question, hopefully we can get it answered, so come on up. The sun is out. I know when I got here it was a little cloudy, so I was worried it was going to be overcast, but it's a nice, beautiful, sunny day today.
There's a lot of folks here today.
A lot of folks.
Yeah, and then tomorrow it's going to be like August weather right here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, maybe only 90.
And then I said Monday it's going to get down to 42.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi.
Yeah. Hello.
See a big horse out that way?
We have
a big statue of a horse. That's where they are. Yes. What was it saying? Oh, yeah, it's going to be frigid on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I saw 39.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's no good for tomatoes out there.
No, it isn't.
No. And that's the reason why we pot them up.
Yeah. And
that's the very reason.
And that's the reason why we wait until
April
to plant them. But I'm afraid most gardeners were just like me and had gone ahead and planted them.
It seemed like it. I mean, we were having 90, 80-degree weathers for like a week or so.
And the plants were responding pretty well to the planting, too. But we'll see. Hi.
Hi there.
Oh.
Okay.
You'll have to wait a while then. Or one of us can talk to you. She want me?
What was it?
Oh, she's got a question, but she doesn't want to be on the radio.
Oh, okay.
What you guys? Come on.
That wouldn't be me. It'd be one of them.
Lon, you want to kill it? I'd love to kill it for you.
Okay.
That is dead St. Augustine.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes. To go ahead is yes, you could replace it, even if it was a fungus, a disease, and I don't think it.
Let me show you my yard.
Well, you got to either be on the radio or Mark's got to turn.
Or I have to be a better job at that. What the young lady is giving me here is a bunch of dead St. Augustine runners, and she's going to show me a photo of a localized dead St. Augustine area, which we would probably say a big patch of it, and we would probably go. Oh, it's right. It's also right next to a sidewalk, so that complicates it. So we would say since it's in a patch like that, I would want. When did this occur, by the way? When did this start happening? Was it last summer or just this winter?
Yeah.
Last summer. All right. It could be chinch bugs, but chinch bugs wouldn't kill the whole stem of the whole runner like that. So I'm still going to go with probably a fungus or multiple funguses. And I want you to show Calvin this as well. See what he has to say. Cut that out.
It's not the freeze.
So it's in a patch on a corner of concrete, a driveway and a sidewalk. Mm-hmm. And when it's near a hot area like that, we would go, maybe chinch bugs. But chinch bugs would only kill the blades or turn it yellow.
How much shade is involved.
and that would be
Lot
going
of
to be the
shade.
next question.
Yeah, with this drought. Yeah, with this drought we've been facing, and any shade has really been it's kind of seen this kind of response too. So this is right. This is right now.
This morning.
Yeah. Well, you might want to just give it a few more weeks, because the grass is in a kind of a dormant state. Because there's nothing you can plant right now anyway. Huh?
I'm sorry.
I can't hear.
Because he's got his hearing aid. What was that?
We should be.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a good quiet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the question is, the question I would ask, second to Calvin's question, is, does your irrigation work? You sure? Okay.
But I've got a lot of shade.
You do have a lot of shade. Okay. That's always going to be the issue. So here Calvin is correct. We don't replace grass, although I saw some going out today. Replace grass until another 2 to 3 weeks. So.
Don't pull up this other grass.
No. You don't have to.
Just resod.
I might.
If it's too
scarified a
much
little.
shade, it's not going to live anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the trees cut. They need cutting.
Okay.
Big time.
Yeah.
You'd rather have more sun, less shade.
Let me be the sarcastic one. You really? You're going to? You want more of it? Grass, which is maybe $1 per square foot, versus a tree, which is thousands of dollars. Okay. All right. Well, okay. So I'm the tree advocate, so I don't understand these things, but yes, you are right to have. You may have grass. So that's what we would do. If the fungicide was sprayed, I wouldn't worry about it. Here's how to prevent disease. You do not water at night. You don't over-fertilize. And you don't over-fertilize. And you try to get as much sun on that as possible. At least 6 to 7 hours of direct sun.
I can't. This isn't working. You either have to be on the radio or Mark has to keep talking.
Okay, I have to keep talking. So what I'm saying is, in 2 to 3 weeks, get some more grass to fill it in. No. You said a company has already sprayed it. I would rely on that company spray. No, you don't have to put no. Put it on plan. However, the most important thing that people forget in San Antonio is when you lay new sod, roll it. If you don't roll it, it will not adhere to the soil. So you roll it, and you consistently water it for 5 to 6 weeks. So that's how you get sod to lay down. No. Other experts in town love azomite. I don't have a lot of experience with it. We may have it here, but I know that certain other nurseries do have it. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. All right. Second question, folks.
Well, this is going to stop right now because she's either got to come on the radio or we got to move on.
All right.
Or else Mark's got to separate. Because we've got a huge audience out there we're trying to entertain here.
So, Bermuda grass needs full sun. You're not going to work it. How do you get rid of Bermuda grass?
There's lots of products. The lawn grass be gone. Post.
Yeah, so they're all available here. We have grass begone, post,
Fusilade.
glyphosate. Yeah, glyphosate.
No,
Glyphosate. That will get rid of it. It will kill it, but you can't. But it may kill other stuff.
Yeah, it kills everything. Roundup. That's
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much.
All right.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right.
Because y'all are so crowded.
Oh man, it's a crowded day. Thank you, ma'am.
Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. Thank you. But yes, it is a
We
busy day
can't do
here
that
at Millburgers.
anymore. Alex, you can't allow that. It's got to be.
Gotcha.
If they're not going to be on the radio, then they just have to talk to one of us, and we have to turn it off.
Gotcha. Absolutely. But yes, it's a busy day here at Millburgers.
It
Parking
is a
lot
busy
is
day.
filled up. But yes, any questions you have, come up to the patio. You just a warning.
Mark,
you will
you
be
want to
on
give
the radio.
just a little summary of what the conversation was, or do you think that we?
Yeah,
could-
no, yes, because it was disjointed. So the young woman up here had a significant patch of her lawn dead, and it was in between. It was in a patch, which leads us to think of something, or it was between two sheets of concrete. So we also go, could be heat-induced chinch bugs. Calvin asked the most important question: how much shade is there? Well, we found out after some discussion that there was a whole heck of a lot of shade. And remember, folks, shade is the killer of grass, or the limiter of grass.
And
If you
when you've got the shade, replacing the grass does not accomplish anything.
Well, you know, for some nurseries that may be a benefit because they're just going to replace it every 2 years over and over and over and over again.
And there's, there's lots of, we advocate for lots of shade-tolerant ground covers.
Right.
Yeah,
And it was getting to that point where, yes, if she was talking to us on with the microphone, we would have gone into that, but no.
She also mentioned that she was going to get more pruning.
So to alleviate that,
We were not very polite because I just can't imagine sacrificing the
tree
shade for
for
more
darned old
grass
grass. Oh, plain old grass.
in this San Antonio area.
Everyone remembers. I do love the tree. I do love my trees.
So it gets so hot and everything that it seems more reasonable to have successful shade trees.
But
anyhow.
there are some what is grassophiles, lovers of grass,
okay.
lovers of turf,
Gotcha.
turfophiles out there. Yeah,
Figured out one of those.
better quit while I'm behind here. So.
Yes.
Although David likes it, David Rodriguez likes grass. I don't know why, but I guess he does.
He's a big fan.
Yeah.
We've got
You have a question? Or
Can we help you?
You got to go on the microphone. On the microphone. Okay.
all right then.
The article today was about monarchs and
Milkweed?
The milkweed, yeah.
And I believe
our
there's a
our first class
Next weekend.
is next, and it's got about 40 registered folks. So basically, there's one of our little moths, hummingbird moths. What's another name for those?
We said it last week. Not hawk moth, not hawk. No.
Someone called in.
Hummingbird moth.
Yeah, that's what we called it, but they.
Someone called in
Lulu
and gave
called
us.
it.
Oh,
give it-
somebody else called it. Yes.
That they called
What
us to
was
give it more fun.
Bert?
Look how attractive that is, and
Oh,
how
wow.
same kind of looks like a hummingbird.
I would have said it was a hummingbird, but no.
I'll be done.
Anyway.
I got distracted.
Yes.
So-
So you were talking about your article today.
Yeah, and the class next week starts at 10:30. You can still attend if you're willing just to sit in a lecture, you probably will, because of the enrollment is relatively high, you probably will not get a plant or the seeds that we're going to distribute to the folks that are already registered. But it might be worthwhile, especially if you're really interested in the monarchs and the milkweed, because it is a really fascinating topic. But we do have other classes. The article spends a lot of time talking about the class on the 28th in Dream Hill Estates Education Resource Center over there by Medical Center. And that still has 10 seats available. And call 210-382-4455 to register. And like I mentioned, the folks that register and attend and agree to report the data about the then we'll get one germinated native milkweed. Well, it doesn't have to be a native. It might be a tropical milkweed if you're interested in that. Then we're also trying to give them stratified seed to see if we can increase that percentage of survival for milkweeds if they seed them themselves, and we're in kind of the permanent place in the garden in full sun, and then they come up. You don't have to transplant them because a transplant doesn't seem to be very successful. So that's what we're going to try to do. This is the first time we've trying to give stratified seed, and it's not always easy because the seed is in some moisture and clay, and we have to count out the seed and present it. But the other classes include, there's one at 6 p.m.
That's on a Thursday, April 23rd at the Wilson County Master Gardeners, Classroom 10 in Floresville. On the website, I don't believe I have the correct number, but I believe on the article it should be correct. I know we've had confusion in the past few weeks talking about it.
Let's see. I'm passing that over to see if Alex can find a phone number for the class in
Floresville. That number is 830-299-0069.
And that you'll call to register.
And that class is Thursday, April 23rd. And then the last one is Saturday, May 2nd. And that'll be in New Braunfels at the Comal County Agri-Life Center. The number to sign up for that one is 830-620-3440. And
the first 35 individuals that register for those classes will try to provide everyone a germinated milkweed plant and one of the 6 natives or a tropical. And then we're also going to try to provide them some of those stratified seed. And I'm sure some of the folks in the audience says, what the heck is that stratified seed? It's a milkweed. It's a native plant. And what stratification does is that it releases the chemistry. All these wildflowers and native plants like milkweed have the seed is protected by a chemistry, so that only a portion of the seed will germinate, and so that over a number of years you'll get a small number of the seed and more, and then the next year
so
some more.
Slowly throughout its life. Okay.
So what we're interested in is having
the whole
most
thing
of
come
the germinated.
out.
So we're going to see how that works. So you'll be part of this experiment, and hopefully, and then we're going to expect you to make a commitment to go ahead and report to us in 3 months if the seed germinates. And then we'll also encourage you to let us know if you have transplanting success or how it progresses. And even if you can take some photos or let us know about the monarchs that utilize the milkweed. Now the problem is too. Another thing is the milkweed takes about 2 or 3 years, most of them, to mature enough to get large enough to provide the food for the caterpillars. All except, tropical is fast.
Yes.
And grows fast. So that's one of the reasons why tropical is so popular.
So is one of the main goals trying to get more of the native milkweeds to succeed?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it is. Yeah, it is. And the issue, one of the issues, as the article mentions, is that most estimates are that 70% of the population has been reduced by 70% over the past few years. And that's not surprising because the monarchs migrate each year from Canada to Mexico City through the Central Texas area, New Braunfels and Austin and San Antonio. And this is kind of the last stop, potential egg-laying spot before they head to their wintering grounds. So one of the questions that we'll discuss in the class is, should we slow them down, or should we just
let them keep going?
Provide plenty of nectar?
Yeah.
Zinnias and mistflower and penta, whatever we can, and then
they can
encourage
finish.
them to keep moving.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess we'll talk about it a little bit more when we come back. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. I know we were discussing that Calvin has his first monarch and milkweed class next week on the 21st. Next Saturday. It'll be here at Millburgers.
All right.
We also have other things going on around the city next Saturday on the 21st. The San Antonio Garden Center is having their annual plant sale. It'll be Saturday, March 21st from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is a tax-free event, so I feel like that's always a good thing to hear.
Always a good point. And they'll have a nice selection of plants.
They're located at 3310 North New Braunfels Avenue at Funston, San Antonio.
Well, Mark, remind them a little bit of what the garden center.
So that's going to be from the Botanical Society, right? Is doing that? What's it say at the Botanical Center?
It's a partnership. Between the Botanical Center.
And then that's why we're discussing it, because a lot of people get confused. The Botanical Center is on one side of the road, and the Garden Center is on the other. The Garden Center is a cooperative effort among almost all the garden clubs in San Antonio. And it's available to host a lot of events, including private events. But it's well known to have many of the clubs hosting their events, like my friends at the Men's Garden Club and Gardening Volunteers of South Texas daily meetings. So I was going to ask, where is it? So are they going to hold it on the botanical grounds, or are they going to hold it on the garden center grounds? It would make more sense to me to hold it on the garden center
That's
grounds.
where it is.
Okay. And so that's on the north side of Funston Place. And lots of room. Lots of room for the plants and lots of room for parking.
They make a note of mentioning that it's a tax-free event. And bring your carts so that you can carry away a lot of
A
plants.
lot of plants. So this is a fundraiser for both, I'm assuming.
It should be exciting. And
Does it say, Alex, on who they're providing the plants? Hi.
Trying to see.
Have you got a question?
Do you know where they have Alyssum?
Alyssum? Do we know where they have Alyssum at? Alyssum?
Yeah. Second
Okay.
row.
Second row.
right.
Gotcha.
This Mark's second row.
My favorite. She's
This
asking
guy.
where do you have any Alyssum? I went, oh yeah. And I know right where it is.
What were you asking, Calvin? What was your question right now?
Oh, I was trying to figure. Is there more information about where they're getting the plants or any kind of mention?
So in the past it has some of the stock from on hand at the Botanical Center, but there may be donations as well.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Cash, credit card, checks accepted. Experts will be there to answer questions.
I didn't know we would be there. Oh, different experts. Okay.
So, yeah, it's worthwhile to stop by. They usually have a great set of plants. So they mention hanging baskets, orchids, natives, succulents. That's quite a mix of annuals and perennials, of course. And when is that? It's the 21st from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Boy, you got lots of choices on the 21st.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got we got the program here, or the Monarch and Milkweed.
We have our show right now, or we have our show from 12 to 2.
And then you can zip on down and catch the last 2 hours.
Yes. So a busy Saturday, next Saturday on the 21st.
You could do all three. Yeah, you could spend the day in gardening. Huh?
That's true.
Or purchasing plants.
Purchasing plants.
Yeah.
And we do have plants for sale here at Millburgers this week.
That's
yes.
a lovely segue. What do we have on sale?
For the past few weeks, we've had some foxtail fern, and it's still on sale, regularly $12.99.
Didn't they do just didn't we ran out, didn't they?
No, that was the Boston.
The Boston fern.
The Boston fern.
Boston.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was
Yes,
like,
foxtail fern, regularly $12.99, on sale $8.88. Begonias on sale for regularly $179. They're on sale 3 for $5.
And boy, they look good. Does that include the Whoppers? Are there any Whoppers left? Do we know?
I didn't
not
see
too
any
sure.
over there. I think I'm going to pick some up today.
Yeah.
After the show gets done.
Those little these are the wax leaf, which are the little ones. So what do they get? About 8 inches tall. What do you got? What choice between 3 leaf colors and 3 flower colors?
That's right.
Very nice. And you pointed them out that we had them last week, but citrus trees are on sale this week. They're starting at $49.99.
And we still have some redbuds. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the fruit trees.
And fruit trees. Star jasmine is on sale this week. Regularly $34.99, on sale 2 for $50. We have the Texas redbud trees, like you said, starting at $99.99, and a $50 rebate through the Shade 3 program with CPS, from what I'm seeing.
I'm just looking. I'm sorry. I'm looking at some of the other items on sale, and I'm going to have to, at a break, go over and ask about one.
Yes.
But lots of evergreen material.
Absolutely.
Particularly for those gardens. And we had a couple of questions already today. It says, I have too much shade. And I always go, oh, that's such a good thing. And it's usually too much shade for grass. And I'm like, isn't that a shame? But we have flax lily.
Yes.
And split leaf philodendron. All wonderful partial shade plants that love it.
It's not on. I don't think it's on sale. The pentas, though, but we've still got a pretty good selection of pentas.
Do we? Because we had that one day where I found them early in the morning, and by the afternoon they were gone.
Well, I got a couple more flats today, but
we do have some.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
This is a wonderful plant, It's got a strange personality. It's we describe it as a shade-loving plant, and it blooms in the shade all summer, starting now. And you go, you put it in the shade, but it does best if it gets 1 to 2 hours of sun. And the sun can be pretty intense. It can take an afternoon sun. I got several places that I plant mine that get the afternoon sun for that 2-hour blast, and boy, they just eat it up, and they are very attractive. They got the pink, the white, and the red blooms, and they're mound, and
kind of a tall mound. Yeah.
And the other thing is that they're one of the top pollinators for the summer. They're in that same league as Mark Smith's flower and the zinnias. Yeah. And pentas are always mentioned, and our one of Paul's favorite. What is the weed? Porterweed. Porterweed. I haven't seen any yet, but I'm sure they'll be showing up.
Yeah.
I managed to keep mine alive.
Did you not?
In the greenhouse, yeah.
Yeah. Well, definitely.
After Lulu gave us the instructions on how to do it.
Definitely in the greenhouse. It is a. It's a subtropical, almost tropical. Yeah.
And. This and that. My favorite is the dwarf red, and the another common one is a little larger plant, and it's the blue, or kind of a purple blue. Both of them prosper in full sun, and boy, they'll bring in I've seen them with all three, the bees, the butterflies, and the hummingbirds, all three on there at the same time. It's hard to beat porterweed, but they are cold sensitive. So you gotta, when you we get into the fall, when it's 40-degree weather started to be forecast, then you do have to move them into the greenhouse or wherever you're gonna have that keep them alive.
Speaking of 40-degree weather, we're expecting some 40s and 30s on this Sunday and early part of the week.
Yeah. You and Mark keep reminding me of that.
So for people who did decide to plant their tomatoes and other veggies, what can they do to help prevent damages or losses?
You actually could do a little cover on them. So I'm thinking at 42... David and I debate a little bit on whether a 40-degree, 45-degree with wind might have an effect. It won't kill them. It'll just might harden off a little bit. It might slow the growth rate down. But so if it's convenient for you, if you got some of that insulate.
Right, that's right. Both David and I love the insulate for that. Make a little shelter, maybe a little cardboard or wooden.
Boxes.
Boxes.
Well, and then if you got your tomato cage on there already, that...
that's one of the great reasons for having the cage on already is to drape the insulate around. And you can do it double if you have enough.
What you're after is maintaining that growth rate, that maximum, that potted up growth rate, so that they'll get the full size quickly and concentrate on setting fruit. So you'll have a load of fruit before the end of June. So consider that. Look at your situation in your garden. If it's not in the wind flow, and if it usually is not a problem, you can pass it up. But if you want to be real conservative about it, and you got the tomato cage or some cardboard boxes, whatever you got, that really would make a difference.
Luckily, it's only a couple of days that I'm seeing that it's
I saw that it was
low weather.
It's going to be a rocket ship again.
Absolutely.
Just like it was last year.
Yes. But yes, plenty of that. And give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We were discussing it a little bit during the break, but I'm starting to see less and less of the tomatoes out there.
Yeah, Mark brought it to our attention that two of my favorite tomato varieties are back on the...
Are they now?
Yeah, the table over there. There's quite a good selection. Yeah. Mark will probably give us a little summary, and he can also mention the two that if you're a gardener that has the same tomato inclinations as I do, you're going to really like these two that are available.
So... For our listeners who are avid listeners, you may remember last week I went down the list of what was available, and Calvin specifically asked me, is there any Thunderbird over there? Well, this week we do have Thunderbird, and we have Red Snapper, two excellent past rodeo tomato winners, and we even have another one, very old, long time ago. Red Deuce is over there.
Really?
Yeah.
That one's a little bigger.
Yeah, that's we have about a flat of that over there. And then Celebrity, we have Amelia, we've had for a while. We have some indeterminates, Brandywine and Better Boy. I think Sun Gold is also an indeterminate. Now, we always recommend for a determinate. And we have lots of the pole big left. That is this year's rodeo tomato. Pole big, that's Polbig. And that is, we have it in paper. We have it written down that David Rodriguez thinks this is going to be the best tasting one ever. Mm-hmm. Although he hesitated last week and went, well, it's one of the best.
Well, we accuse him of saying that every single year.
Yeah.
But the good news is that they do a pretty good job of picking the rodeo tomato that does taste well. And not only tastes good, but that it grows, it fits our conditions. The pole big is a determinate variety. I've seen pictures of it, and it's got a nice round shape, supposedly at least medium size, bright red. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how large it gets. David mentioned it's relatively large.
And they give it, I think, 8 to 10 ounces. But they always show the photos, and that's a lot of times what Calvin and I have to initially use as judge, and so they always the size of the tomato from the photos often hard to determine.
Now, if you like any of those varieties that Mark mentioned, I would encourage you to pick them up because we're getting out of the tomato season pretty quickly. April 1st is when we usually plant. What's the latest we want to plant them? Yeah, but I wouldn't. I think I would pick them up, Millburgers, and I wouldn't plant them in the 42 degree.
No.
Yeah, just wait a day or two.
Definitely buy them and then protect them, and then or if they're in a small. if they're in the 4.5, pot them up and then protect them.
And you said that none of our favorite small ones.
Well, yeah. Again, I was going to say you notice the ones I mentioned and the ones I didn't mention. So the Ruby Crush is gone. The BHN 968, my favorite, and the Super Sweets are gone. So in other words, it was looking very thin.
Tycoon's gone too?
Yeah, Tycoon is gone as well. So it was looking very thin for the cherries, and then some of our favorite, like the Tycoon, is also gone, which just leads to what Calvin and I say every year. Get here early, get the ones you want, pot them up. You don't necessarily have to put them in the ground last week of February, but you should be over here purchasing your desired varieties. So, but anyway, there's Thunderbird and Red Snapper.
Both of those are past rodeo tomatoes.
Yeah, and then we also have Celebrity and Amelia. So we have a lot of past winners.
Red Deuce?
Red Deuce is one, too. Yeah.
That one's a little larger plant, I think, if I remember right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there was something about it. I can't remember. It was about 10 years ago. And Amelia is smaller and with a little smaller, but a lot of people swear by it. And, of course, everyone, well, just about everyone, swears by Celebrity. It's kind of like the Chevy. Or maybe a Lexus. I don't know. Cheap. A Nissan, how about? It just keeps on rolling year after year after year.
Reliable.
Yeah.
You know, I was just looking over there how the supply of shrubs has filled up out there. There must be 6 different kinds of nandinas at least, maybe 8 different kinds.
And that is one which you can have about 20 different selections and 20 different heights. Yeah.
And in most cases, the deer don't eat them. In my neighborhood, the deer don't eat them, but they're good in sun or shade. Mm-hmm. Some of them have berries that the birds eventually eat. They're not the favorite.
Sorry.
What was I going to say?
Have you got a question? Just a second. We're on the radio.
What were you saying, Mark?
I was just going to say before a young tyke came up. What was I going to say about that? Oh, now there is a problem. Some people don't want Nandina because it is considered an invasive. So there are other alternatives. There's Loropetalum, which is kind of nice. Now that is it's also a non-native, but it has purple flowers and purple foliage. So that's a little shrub on that. A lot of people think they have to have a foundation planting, and it has to be evergreen. And I always go, there's no rules anywhere in any city code or the Bible or what have you you have to have a foundation planting in the front. So choose what you want. You can have perennial plants or you can have annual plants. You don't have to have a evergreen at the base. And another one I like on that is African irises. Nice, kind of bushy with little flowers, like the shade, or would tolerate shade or sun. That's just another one on that one. But Calvin was right when he first looked over there. We have lots of selection of small and large evergreen plants. I was just going on and says you don't have to have an evergreen plant for a foundation plant. There's other choices that you can do.
But why? When you can have a nice holly or a
but Nandina? You don't have to have one. It's not required.
What do you mean by foundation plant?
So in the front of the house, maybe. Right. It's frequently that they'll have several different evergreen plants, low evergreen plants in the front, underneath the front windows or something like that.
Gotcha.
And it goes back to when houses were built on pier and beams. You wanted to hide the flashing underneath, the fashion underneath.
Gotcha.
I always think you kind of like, and I've kind of grown to appreciate this too, the kind of the spreading, like the Pittosporum, I don't like the little
Yeah,
Peterson.
no, the Wheeler's dwarf, the little one, it has some issues, but as long as you know that, that's okay.
The dwarf, the Chinese.
Yeah, the one. The one I like on the Chinese holly is called Carissa. There's a couple other ones too.
Is that got a? Is that a little smaller one?
Yeah, it's a smaller one with a bicolored leaf and just 1 to 2 thorns on the end. What are called aristes.
Yeah, that dwarf Chinese has got kind of
several.
it's part of it.
Yeah, we encourage those under teenager windows. Yeah,
And the deer do not seem to like them either. They have enough thorn, I guess, that the deer kind of pass them up. Although they don't. It's not, the thorn is on the leaf, so I guess that helps to pass them up. But I was thinking that the deer don't hesitate to eat rose leaves. Gosh, they'll strip those and stems and everything. But on that dwarf Chinese holly, they seem to pass them up. But lots of choices on those base shrubs. But they're disciplined generally. You can get, it depends on what you pick, and they can be. And then we had a neat discussion. They were on sale. Are the other shade tolerant one that gets so tall? The bloom. A lot of choices of bloom sizes. Trying to remember here. I'm looking at Mark.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to be some help.
We've
been talking about Metabolist, but that's not the one you're talking about.
No. This is a evergreen, grows in the shade.
So the hollies that you and I like.
Yeah, I know. There's another series of plants. Oh gosh, it'll come to us. It's what? Let's see. I guess I could look on my.
What we have for sale? Let's see.
No, we talked about the ligustrums, though. Have we?
I can't recall. I'm not sure.
All right.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
there's one that starts with a V.
Oh, viburnum.
Viburnum, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of choices. That Sandanqua that gets that real tall, and most of them have a short bloom period, and they have the berries that the birds consume pretty quickly. But they're evergreen, and they make a good hedge, and they do real well in that. Mark talked about the shrub border where you have different sizes and different varieties. And viburnum really fit into that pretty well there.
So a lot of people just do one species in one line, and it's better. You get a denser privacy if you have different sizes, and so you may want to get some Sandanquas and then a different viburnum, a smaller viburnum in between, or even different species.
Yeah, you got lots of choices. And all the hollies do real well with the viburnums too, and the nandinas fit in. And then my favorite, with the pittosporum, looks better to me when you give it a little room and let it kind of be not packed into the planting there, so that that neat shape and those straight kind of levels of foliage really are attractive, distinctive. It's kind of an old-fashioned one. We used to use it all the time.
Oh wow! All right, well, we got one more hour in our show. We'd love to hear from everybody. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 a.m. The Answer.
Welcome back, everyone, to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar here with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson, and
Can she give us a report on her butterfly program?
Absolutely, yes.
Hi.
Hello there.
Well, the kids have done great. We have a new crop of kiddos in our garden club, our Monarch Pollinator Garden Club, and I was just telling Calvin one of the stories when we were about to have that giant freeze. We didn't know what to do except for one child, because our garden, part of the garden, is they're in raised planters. And he said, "Where are the Homer buckets?" I was like, "Oh, they're upstairs." "Why?" "Well, we're going to dig them all up." And so...
And this is a fifth grader?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have two really intense gardeners in particular, both boys. And I have tons of girls as well, but these kids have been gardening for a while. And so they dug up all of the milkweed and the porterweed, and then they dragged off the buckets to their houses and put them in the sunroom, and now they've brought them all back. But
what kind of milkweed was it?
It was tropical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because most of our natives kind of retreat.
Oh, yeah.
For the fall. Yeah.
Well, they brought them back. We've put them in, and they cut them down, and they're beginning to come back out. So they look good. And this crew, they're doing a lot of seeds. And so they have nasturtiums that they're getting ready to get, and they have sweet peas. But alyssum, and they're just really excited, and they've just been having a wonderful time getting really dirty and asking tons and tons of questions. So it's been great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Good. Well, we've got the first milkweed and butterfly class next Saturday, and it's
exactly.
Of course, the enrollment's full.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week after that, we're at the Education Resource Center. We still have 10 slots available there. And then we go We go to Floresville,
and that's on a Thursday.
Wow.
And then New Braunfels.
They're going to have a great time. I'm coming to the one on the 28th. Next weekend is my grandson's birthday. That's where I can't go. But the 28th, I'm already signed up.
We're going to try. And I was working on it today, and some of our volunteers will be in later in the week. We're gonna try to provide. We're gonna give a germinated milkweed to everybody, and then we're also going to try some stratified seed. That's kind of a pain because it's got that. I forget what that clay is that you put it when you put it in the refrigerator with the water and everything, and then you have to get that stratified seed. You have to kind of go through and you kind of count the seed and put them in packages so that you can hand them out to each gardener. But we're going to see if we can make it work, and then we'll see if that raises our success ratio, because we get good germination, but transplanting is horrendous.
Yeah, that is very difficult. I tried it once last year. I was not too successful, but still going to try again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I want to do is encourage the people that attend the classes to let us know if they've got, we've got at least 6 native milkweeds around San Antonio and New Braunfels, Austin. We like to hear where those patches are. There's antelope horn that's relatively close. Zizoti.
Right.
Some greens. And so if we can identify those and get some photos of those too, would be good to see, just to encourage everybody and see what the characteristics of the soil and the surrounding areas look like.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. We are going to try to put in more native milkweed. They love the tropical because it's so fast and showy, but they want to try native as well. And it's like, yay, we're going to do it.
Yeah. Well, every pollinator loves the blooms of that tropical.
Loves the tropical, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
You know Mark, don't you?
Of course.
Yes. she said hi after she got talking. After I said, yes, I had to go get some more coffee.
We limit the amount of coffee that he can drink, but he ignores our rules anyways.
Keeps you awake.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't say that. The stimulation of the radio is more than enough to keep me awake.
Definitely.
The amount of calls that we have, it just always keeps me on my toes.
Absolutely.
That's a request for more calls, people.
Yes, at 210-308-8867.
All right. So,
what else
every
is
time
happening exciting?
Yeah.
Besides our butterfly gardening, well, we've done a lot of tree identification as well, and yes, I know. I need to talk to you.
And there was some. You'd be surprised. Yes, I had to do this for the UTSA. One of their labs is how to figure out the conversion. You're not doing this. You're not converting diameter or circumference or anything like that.
No, but that sounds like fun.
So that's one with the tree ID to get I've created some D tapes, and then you can also get the circumference and then make sure that tell them what the radius or diameter would be with pi and talk about pi. So those are all things that you can do that are kind of cool for the kids.
Yeah, that would be great. They've taken paper and
done the bark.
Yeah, done the bark, and then they look at the leaves, and it's real cute because the kids know that I like leaves, and so they blow. I mean, with 8 different types of trees are always over by my classroom, and the little children bring in a collection. One child, first grader, brought me a little Ziploc, and all of these beautiful colors. And then other kids are like, well, what do you do with them? Because they're spread out in the room. So we investigate.
So growing up in the world of the winter, we have to determine what trees are by the bark. And some kids just don't quite understand that. I said, what do you mean? You look at the leaves and you can tell what the tree is. I'm like, but if it doesn't have any leaves, how do you tell the tree is? And so, off the air, I'll tell you the 5 things because I can do them on my hand. It's a mnemonic device. There's five ways to tell a tree. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go all the way through. So it's easy for them to remember.
Lulu's going to. They're going to get more into seeds, which. Seeding milkweed, which is consistent with us too, trying to get the improve that transplant record by having everybody try and directly seed in their garden or in their. Well, I guess although some of the big containers work pretty well for the milkweed too, but
we have a lot of those. Yeah.
Our Alex, we get about 50% germination rate on our seeds, but our transplant rate is about total about 10%. But the dominant plants, I mean, that 10% is dominated by tropical and zizoti. Everything else is even lower than that. So we're trying to overcome that and figure out what it is, what techniques that work better than what we've been doing. So.
Do you think nature's trying to tell you something?
Well, but it's strange because, in Minnesota and Michigan, those farmers up there can't hardly control that milkweed, and once it gets established, it's pretty tough.
And we have a lot less. I think we only have like 3 species up there.
We gotta go a phone call. So
Yes.
Oh.
Bye.
Well, don't do it like
thank
that.
you,
Bye,
Lulu.
Lulu.
Bye. That was fun talking.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Come on by again.
Very nice meeting you. 210-308-8867. We have James on the line. James, how are we doing today?
Good. Nice weather. We're sitting on the patio. Well, that's what y'all are doing, sitting on the patio.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got a tomato report, and then another tomato question, and then a fertilization question on my fire bush. Okay, first one, my pole bag. On Monday, this past Monday, I walked out there. It has a tomato on it. Now it has 4 tomatoes on it. It's a good thing.
Very nice.
Have they? Do they have a kind of a triangular shape? Do you have some sharp angles on it?
Oh, Calvin, I'm too far away from it right now. It's over on the apron of my workshop. I'm on the patio. And on that note, I think with these, I just got a high wind warning from the county. So I think it's going to take a little effort. It's in a 17-gallon container, but I think I'm going to pull it inside either late this evening or tomorrow morning, get it out of the wind. But if they're saying we're going to have 50-mile-an-hour winds, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are your temperature going to drop down to 42 or some forecasts even 38?
It didn't say that. It was more for like fire danger. It said no fires, tomorrow and Monday, etc., which cancels my fajita cookout for my son-in-law's birthday tomorrow, which I'm okay with that. We'll do something else. Yeah.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, my wife goes, "Oh, you got out of that one." I just kind of grinned. Yeah, because I was going to have to make a trip to HEB, and I hate going there on a Saturday. Oh, it's terrible. Hey, okay, my container that I had my Ruby Crush in last year, I noticed, my wife actually noticed before I did. She was cruising around and checking the onions, and there's 9, I just counted them a while ago before I called. There's 9 sprouts, I guess, from, I had some leftover rotten tomatoes on the vine before I pulled the plant out. Would it be worthwhile to thin those out to 1 and let them grow, or just not even fool with it?
What was it?
What was it again? I just heard about the rotten ones. Yeah.
Okay, the Ruby Crush. It had a whole bunch of overripe, rotten tomatoes when I pulled the plant out of the container. And so I guess it deposited a bunch of seeds in the container. So I got 9 sprouts in there, a couple of inches tall.
Well,
would it be worthwhile to thin them out? Or just get rid of all of them?
I think so. Also, if you got enough space there, they transplant relatively easy too if you want them. But I think I would. I've had some success with having two plants in a container, but 9, 7, or 8 is too many.
So the question, and James didn't ask it, but it was leading up to it, is so if those seeds from the Ruby Crush, do they come true then the following year?
They generally do for 7 or 8 years, and then, tomatoes this kind of self-fertilized, and so they change over a long period, but you usually get a pretty consistent performance from the seed.
So I'm going to go with, if I could get about 3 to 4 in a big pot, and then decide which ones later on. So I'm going to do I'm going to do a thinning right now, and then I'm going to transplant them, and then I'm going to figure out if if any of those, let's say 4, are any good, and then
they will be.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I
Okay.
because that was my question, and I knew you were leading up to it. So yeah, they come true.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure, because I know sometimes on what are they called, hybrids, they don't. But I wasn't sure about Ruby Crush. Okay,
Well, but
these are all the
tomatoes. They have a tendency to stay pretty consistent for a while.
Yeah.
For a while. Okay. The thing, though, is I'm not going to transplant them. I've already got a Sweet 100 in the ground, and I'll just have too many. Unless y'all want to come get them. But I'm going to send them.
We just might do that. Yeah.
I'm going to send them out to one, because they're all 9 are all really in a tight bunch. They're going to be too close together to keep more than one.
Probably wise.
So I'll just send it out to one. Okay. All right. My last question is, let me make a comment. I was sitting on this patio right here last night, and it was after dark. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw a big skunk come from my neighbor's, and it was running down my fence line. And I saw another one behind it, which I thought was a skunk, a baby following the mama, per se, or something like that. And I grabbed my flashlight, put it on there. It was a cat chasing the skunk. I'd never seen such a thing. Have you ever seen that? A cat chasing the skunk?
Usually they're more intelligent than that.
I saw a similar picture. I can't remember, on one of the social networks that was kind of strange. But you've heard my story, is that my little West Highland Terriers, the skunk does not exist to them. They just they can walk within 6 feet of each other, and they just pretend he's not there, and the skunk does the same thing. No thought about spraying or anything.
Well, from my childhood, I know. From my childhood, I know that skunks chase cats.
Really?
This was the other way around. The cat was actually chasing the skunk. I couldn't.
They might have been playing games.
Yeah.
Could have been. Okay, real quick. Last one, so I won't keep y'all. My Mexican firebush, couldn't remember the name. It sprouted earlier than I thought. So it's got 2 sprouts, one about 4 inches, one about 6 inches. Can I go ahead and fertilize it with the slow release, or wait till it gets a little bit bigger?
You should see our faces. Calvin and I are both going, what?
I was surprised. Mine are not showing any life yet. I think I'd wait a little while, but
I think I would too.
Okay.
It's known to be a hot weather, one of the hot weather plants, like the Esperanza and Praderberg.
Right.
So, I'd wait. Just a tad.
Wait till maybe the end of the month, probably. First April.
That's good.
So it's these questions that you've raised over the last couple of weeks they always leave me thinking as I leave, and the bottom line is it's a balancing act. You want the nutrients in the ground available for the roots, but you don't want them too soon. So it's a balancing act exactly when to put them in and to apply the fertilizer. So I would probably wait for this one, because it's not going to get going until it gets really hot. And so I would probably wait for the fertilizer application a little bit longer. It's going to get there in the roots, but it's also then going to be available for a longer period of time for that plant.
Okay, well, I kind of messed up then on my Esperanza, because it started sprouting out, and so I cut all the dead stems off, cleaned it all up, and I fertilized and watered it already. I probably should have waited on it as well, but it's done. So I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. So it's like these are the things to think about when I'm driving home.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Hey, I appreciate it.
One
more real
Mark
quick.
lives an exciting life, huh?
Yeah, so do I. Hey, I saw my first hummingbird yesterday, but I don't have my feeder up. I guess it was searching. because it was over there actually on my regular bird feeder. Is confused, I guess.
You're in the same. A bunch of gardeners have started to see them now in just the last few days. So there must be a wave that came yesterday.
Okay, my question is I can't remember.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. How much sugar to a cup of water? I can't remember because I'm going to put my feeder up this afternoon.
Yeah, 4 parts.
4 to 1. That's what. Okay, quarter cup of sugar to a cup of water. Gotcha. Okay.
Is that
I'm
the
sorry.
other way around? 4.
Yeah, 4 cups of water to a cup of sugar.
Right. So quarter cup to a cup. I gotcha. Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you,
James. Thank
Okay.
you. All right. 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. I didn't mention it when we started the show today, but I know we had a decent amount of rain this past week, earlier in the week. So
You did?
yeah, I felt like it was pretty steady around our area, right there by
wow.
St. Mary's University.
I didn't see how much, but it was predicted to be around 0.8 of an inch. So that's a good amount.
Wow. Yeah, that is.
But
We didn't get-
I didn't know if it did meet the prediction or not.
We didn't get that much for sure.
Yeah.
It was,
So again, spotty. Let's see, to the far west, let's say Castroville, Hondo area, Uvalde area, they had some really significant storms.
did it get into the aquifer?
Well, I don't. Yeah, they had some really terrific storms. So does that mean it was good rain associated with those storms? I'm not quite sure.
Noisy, huh?
It was noisy. And then either the day before or the day after, east of San Antonio, Gonzales, Seguin, they got some good rain too. So once again, the rain gods did not shine on San Antonio proper.
Oh, but my weeds loved it. No, all the weeds in my grass are starting
yes.
to pop up.
So the straggler daisy, otherwise known as horse herb, is looking fine in my yard now.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit of clover, a little bit of Dutch clover.
Bed straws coming up.
Bed straws coming up. I see it. I'm like going, you chartreuse green, we know what you are going to be. We'll deal with you later. But we need more.
More, but there's none predicted for this next week from what I see. So
No,
Next
other than
10
cold
days.
weather. Yeah.
next 10
Nothing.
days.
Yeah.
You would have expected that tomorrow is going to get really warm,
And then, really cold.
a cold front would come through. You would expect it to be some rain associated with that. Nope. I don't know what to tell you. Let's just thank our lucky stars and pray that we're not Corpus Christi.
What's going on down there? I haven't really noticed.
There has been no rain. They are predicted to run out of water completely by next year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They have a controversial history on water resources. I remember when I worked for SAWS, we were always negotiating and discussing options.
Yeah, or helping them out. You and I were like, we could do this. That's on the table, but we really don't want to do that. Calvin, maybe something else. And, could you lend us some water? I don't know. So it was negotiations going on.
Yes,
But it was always controversy. There was always like, there's a big leak or something happened. We used to have a friend who's in the backflow section for protection, water protection, we called it, at SAWS. And he would relate to me stories in Corpus that somebody forgot to switch the valve, or they put the wrong line in the wrong. They didn't put the right valve in the wrong line or something to go like that, and it was always cross contamination. Always in Corpus, they never could get it right. I'm sorry, Corpus people.
Yeah,
I apologize.
That's Mark Peterson. It's not. Alex and I are shaking our heads here. No, it has been a diverse history and a challenging history, especially for them. Well, water resources are challenging, no matter
challenging
what.
in the entire state of Texas. It is a challenge. And on that note,
give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Or if you're still here at Millburgers, there's still a good amount of people here. I feel like the number hasn't died down since we've been here.
No.
Come on up to the patio if you have a question.
I noticed, we talked a lot about the snapdragons and how they usually are subjected to a freeze in January, and then they have a spring bloom period. Well, they've done a lot of repairing, and they're starting to bloom. The snapdragons, along with the calendula, are also blooming. Let's see what else, sir.
We have a lot of options out there. As I look across from the porch, across the seasonal color, we got some of my favorite petunias. Looks like some waves out there.
Yeah,
we got the alyssum that a customer asked, "Where's the alyssum?" And I just pointed out, there. That's one of my favorites.
Well, and we're expecting a big shipment of zinnias. We do have some of the one that starts with a P mark.
Yeah, it was a profusion. Now, see, it has been like 6 months before I had to know of it, and then last week Calvin mentioned it, and it took us the entire show to remember what it was. But it's profusion.
And that's one that blooms over a long period and is pretty drought tolerant.
Yeah,
zinnias look like they should be drought tolerant, but they're really not. You do have to keep them watered. It's not like the vincas; they don't have the same. We had some vincas there.
No, did we already?
Last week.
Usually
I didn't
warm.
notice them out this week when I was out there looking.
It is a frequently requested flower this time of year, but they're generally thought of as a May flower.
And of course, they're desirable because of the drought tolerance, but the deer do not seem to bother them a bit.
Yeah.
It's one of the few that you can be pretty confident. Although the minute I say that, we'll have a gardener call me.
Phone calls, yeah. So it's on my list, my deer-resistant list, and those are 2 annuals that I have.
And
the Vinca and the Zinnia.
Yeah, and I even remembered that the Cora Vinca is the one that does pretty well in terms of in the old days, you couldn't plant the vincas early because of the sensitivity to the moisture on the foliage.
Aerial Phytophthora.
Yeah.
Which was a result of the moisture on the foliage.
And we kept postponing this year you couldn't plant anything until May, and then next year was June, and then the Cora came out there, and it kind of opened up the whole. For years ago, Vinca was one of the most popular plants around, and then it kind of lost because of the being subject to the aerial Phytophthora. That lost its popularity. And now it's back. It looks really good. On that, the bright white.
Yeah. So
the pink, the red, violet.
I like the individual colors. So the white is just outstanding. I mean, really white, and then the red is really outstanding. It's really red. So so I like to combine the two.
And the bloom is constant as long as you've got them in full sun. And I was going to say you water them, but you really don't have to do much watering to keep them going.
Yeah. You know these cracks in the sidewalk? You ever see those?
Yes.
You know what those are?
What are they?
No. You've seen those, right?
I've seen them, yeah.
I've seen Vinca, but Cora series in there. Just growing in the cracks.
Huh.
Just growing, just doing their thing.
Well, you know what? It's doing that this year is the zinnias. The zinnias that if you let them drop seed last fall, if it gets real cold in the winter, they don't germinate in the spring. But this year they're germinating everywhere. And Mark's cracks may not have room for the vinca because the zinnias are busy growing there. But that Dreamland zinnia, that's got that only gets about 12 inches tall, and it's got a beautiful flower, and the bloom colors are wonderful, compact. But that's one of those hybrids that when it produces its seed, there really is quite a variation. And you end up with all different sizes, and the blooms are usually not as spectacular as the original, but the pollinators really like them. So it's a worthy plant to plant and to let it drop the seed. And lots of wildlife loves zinnia seeds. It's just like sunflower seeds.
Yeah, we're getting. I just looked at my phone.
Well, if you get Alex, you want to get a chance, let's mention those that phone number for
the classes.
The class, yeah. Starting next week from Saturday is the class in Dream Hill Estates.
Mm-hmm.
And that, if you want to reserve a spot for that class, you call. You got the number? 210.
210. I don't think I have it on here.
382
4455. And that's for the class on the 28th at the Dreamland Estate Education Resource Center over there by the Medical Center. Then the following class for the Monarch and Milkweed class is Thursday, April 23rd. That's at 6:30?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. That's an evening class. That's at the Wilson County Master Gardeners, Classroom 10 in Floresville. I don't have the correct number here. I know it's listed on the newspaper.
What? All of a sudden you're looking at me. Yes.
For Floresville.
6 p.m.
Yes.
The phone number would be 830-299-0069.
Yes, and then the last one.
And then the third one? You do the last one.
Sure thing. Saturday, May 2nd at 9:30 or 9 a.m. over in New Braunfels, the Comal County AgriLife Center. The number to call is 830-620-3440.
There are some, each of the classes, they start at different times, so there is some confusion on the scheduling. So when you call to reserve a spot, make sure you verify what the time is. Now, the class on the next I noticed that the class on next Saturday here at Millburgers, I scheduled it at 10:30 a.m. and it mentions 10 a.m. here. We'll be ready for you at 10 a.m. But generally we start at 10:30 a.m. And then the class at the week after that on the 28th at the Education Resource Center, that's at 10 a.m. And of course, as Alex mentioned, the one evening class is at is the one in Floresville, and that's at 6 p.m. And then the one in New Braunfels is the earliest. That's at 9:30 a.m. And that's at that wonderful garden headquarters, AgriLife headquarters in Comal County. And they've got the garden there, and the activities and classrooms are really nice. But great experience.
Absolutely.
And here we were talking about the hummingbirds. Not only are hummingbirds will be there probably, but they always have bluebirds. They got bluebird houses that seem to attract the population. It's just strange because San Antonio doesn't get nesting bluebirds, but New Braunfels seems to. Of course, there's more room. Maybe it's just the rural part between San Antonio and New Braunfels.
That's right. Well, 210-308-8867. We're going to take one last break for today. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And we were talking about the Monarch and Milkweed class going on next Saturday, the 21st. There's also with the San Antonio Garden Center, they're having their annual plant sale. It'll be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., a tax-free event.
Next Saturday?
Next Saturday, the 21st, tax-free event, located 3310 North New Braunfels Avenue. They're going to have annuals, perennials, natives, succulents, herbs, hanging baskets, orchids, and a lot more. And so it's fun to check out the donated plants and garden-related items from their membership. Cash, credit cards, and checks are accepted.
And that's going to be at the
Garden Center.
Garden Center. Yes.
Well, another event that occurs every month is and we kind of forget about it. We shouldn't, because it's pretty important. But it's the first Friday and Saturday of the month, and this in April, of course, will be the 3rd and the 4th, from 8 a.m. to noon. If you have any household hazardous waste, you can drop it off. I mean, those pesticides that you're not using, or fertilizers, anything that really is, or the most notorious is if you lose track of what it is and the labels are no longer readable.
Or have been there for a very long time.
That's right. And some of us have that a very long time. And so you're probably safest and best for the environment if you turn those over, and that's at the 1800 Wurzbach Parkway, and that's at once a month. And the other thing is that there is a permanent drop-off site.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Yeah. I remember it was back when I was involved with the Master Gardeners. We spent a lot of time on activities, inviting folks to bring in their problems in terms of hazardous waste. And that is at 7030 Culebra Road, which is basically just off of Highway 10. Is it 410? No, it's 410.
410, yes.
410. Yeah, so 410 and close to Culebra. And you can go there any time and drop off any pesticides you have, or hazardous waste. And if you got any kids or grandkids and you don't want those products that you don't use anyway, you don't want those lingering, and the products that you don't know what they are anymore, you definitely want those off.
Right.
So if you're a San Antonio Water System customer, that is in your customer service sheet that they send along with your bill. It's always got a lot of good information on it. And this, I was glad to see this about the household hazardous waste drop-off sites. So once a month, or every day, in fact, you can drop it off at Claver Road. Mark, you have anything to add on those?
No, it's just it's a very wonderful process that you have. I mean, or what am I trying to say? And I'm so glad SAWS is doing this. So because I always have to remember 50% of our water comes from the aquifer, and one way to get in the pesticides in the aquifer, we don't want that, and so it's very easy to get in the aquifer. So protect ourselves and protect our water.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
All righty. Well, we still have some time, so we'd love to hear from you. Any updates in your garden or any questions you may have, 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867.
Hey, I just got something.
What's that?
It's you can still get your trees from the CPS Energy Green Shade rebate. There's still money available, so go ahead and go to their website and find out which trees are permitted.
You want to know one tree that
Anything
is?
exciting change?
No, they still have citrus on that permitted list.
They have that, but Texas redbud trees are on that list, and they are available here at
Yes,
Millburgers.
they are. So, hey, double dip. And that's very, very important.
Yes, they're starting at $99.99.
So you can get one here and then $50 off credit onto your bill by retaining the receipt and sending it in with the application to CPS Energy.
And don't forget that we do have Thunderbird and Red Snapper tomato plants, along with Celebrity, Red Deuce.
Yeah, I mean, we some of the old ones. So we have, Celebrity, Amelia, Thunderbird, Red Deuce, what's that, Red Snapper. So these are all former rodeo tomatoes, plus this year's rodeo tomato, pole big.
Yeah, you should get at least one or two of the pole bigs so that you can compare them to your favorite tomatoes. It's always good to have some reserve in terms of if I can't get access to this tomato I like, pole big will be there, or Red Snapper, or Thunderbird. I like both of those.
Yeah,
Red
you
Snapper,
like Thunderbird. Yeah.
But a lot of gardeners like Amelia too, and that's available. Yeah.
Or Celebrity, the old stalwart Celebrity. What did I compare it to? Like a Chevy?
Yes, you said a Chevy, Old reliable.
Although maybe I need to do it like a Toyota or something, or a Nissan, maybe. Maybe that's the newer one.
Not a Ford.
No.
Tell us, Alex, too. You said the begonias are on sale?
Begonias are on sale, as well as many other things. But yes, begonias are on sale. Regularly $179, on sale 3 for $5.
That's a biggie. That's that 4-inch.
Yes, the 4-inch pot. Yes.
4-inch pot. And lots of different colors and leaf colors too. Now, the dianthus isn't on sale, but there's a lot of dianthus available. Lots of colors.
There is.
And as Mark mentioned, there's wave petunias there.
Uh-huh.
And those petunias made it through that freeze.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Well, I expected them to burn a little, but they didn't even do that.
Yeah.
I am very surprised.
The calendula sure burn, but they're starting up from the roots again and actually starting to bloom along with the snapdragons.
I know we mentioned them earlier. The citrus trees, they are on sale as well. They're starting at $49.99. And there's a good selection.
My citrus is blooming up a storm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it? Which one you got?
I have an Arctic Frost Satsuma.
That's cool.
And this
How
is
large is it? Did it make it?
Well, I have it in a very large container. And it's about 3.5 feet in the container.
And so it made it through the freeze.
Yeah. Now I did take my insulate and wrap it a couple of times around the canopy, just using some pins, some wooden pins, but no heat source. I just used just the blankets and the insulate, and some branches burnt, but surprisingly, it's just blooming up a storm. I am watching for those lovely butterfly larvae that look like bird poop, and
giant swallowtails.
Yeah. I always leave a little for them. I'm gracious and let them have their due. Now if there's like 10 of them on there, and then I get a little anxious.
They're as large as they are, they're not very devouring. I mean, they're not like black swallowtails. I mean, the black swallowtails find any of their favorite plants,
dill,
you may as
parsley.
well say goodbye.
Yeah.
They'll eat it all. But giant swallowtails just have one or two caterpillars, and they're so beautiful. The butterflies are that it's not a problem to share. Shouldn't be a problem to share with them.
So I may have so many flowers and hopefully fruit that I may have to actually thin this year.
Oh, wow.
Thin the citrus to encourage larger size. So I'm hoping.
You know, Alex, one of the things we didn't mention in the article on the butterflies, the monarchs and the milkweeds, is that we did had a couple paragraphs on how to protect the butterflies when you are using pesticides. You know, it's a kind of a challenge. You want to the pesticides can reduce the butterfly population, and that's one of the reasons that the monarchs seem to be declining. Both the herbicides and the insecticides, of course. But you also, one of the real issues, like controlling for mosquitoes. You don't want viruses to be threatening your family, so you want to try to be careful on that. But you can do some things like if you have specific like BT for your greens, you generally can apply that, and because it's a short-term target, and the cabbage loopers have to consume the foliage before they're killed by the BT. So that's one of the good choices. And even that we've talked about our citrus and stink bugs, and using a pesticide such as malathion, and as long as you would limit that spray to your peach tree, and not spray it over the whole landscape, and that way you can control the stink bugs, but you also don't reduce the butterfly population.
Absolutely. Well, this is our show for Saturday. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at noon with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar, Dr. Calvin Finch, and Mark Peterson. We will see you tomorrow.